Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about the Productivity 1000 series PLC system hardware. Now the Productivity 1000 series is the latest PLC from Automation Direct, and it is slim, stackable, super compact design. It's also sometimes referred to as shoebox PLC because of the shape and the way the expansion modules are added. Now the Productivity 1000, as you see on my screen, is part of the Productivity series of controllers, and we have the Productivity 1000, which is the newest one here that we'll be talking about. We have the Productivity 2000, which is the micro modular programmable controller, and then we have the Productivity 3000, which is the modular programmable controller. And the difference being is the number of I/O as well as the capabilities of each one. And all of these controllers are programmed by the Productivity Suite software package that comes fully featured, free of charge from Automation Direct. Now, in order to configure the Productivity 1000, like we said before, some of the features that we have is 50 megabyte user memory. It can handle very complex applications easily. We have 4 built-in communication ports. Easily connectivity to your network, and this would be like your PLC, or your PC, your HMI, your networks, etc. We have a built-in data logging up to 32 gigabytes on a micro SD card. You can add up to 8 I/O modules to communicate to your field sensors, give you a total of 128 discrete I/O or 32 analog I/O channels. You get your free software. We have an interactive PLC Configuration Tool that we'll look at. And here's what it looks like right here, this interactive tool. So here's my power supply, my CPU, and we can add our modules here. So let's go ahead and we'll add a module. We'll add a 16-point input, and then we'll just hit select, and that just adds a module to it. Then we'll add another one. We're going to add a combination. We'll look at combination ones here. 8 inputs and some relay outputs. Select that one. And then what we'll add is a simulator in the simulator package. So specialty 8-point simulator. So that's my system that we're going to unbox and assemble. So as you see from my picture up here, this actually shows up full screen on your computer as you do your configuration. Underneath here, you'll actually see connections, and we have options to do some different wiring. We can have zip terminals, and these just actually are ZipLink terminals. They can actually go into a pre-canned module that you just set in there, and it allows you to wire to it. We can also have narrow ones. We can have removable screw terminals, which we will be using, and then we just hit select. Same with this one. We again, removable screw terminals, and on the CPU you can see that we can add the power supply to the CPU unit. A lot of different ones. We have other accessories here, and the other accessories include our programming cable. We have our 15-inch programming cable, and or 15 feet, we have 6 foot, and we have a micro USB, a 16 gigabyte one that we can also add to our system. So interactive configuration software, very handy, very nice to do. Right? So now let's get into the unit itself, and here's what it comes in. We have a box, and we'll just open this box here. And there we go. And in the box here, we have our 30-day free training. So online, you go up online, you'll get your 30 days free training. Here's our CPU packed in a box. There we go. Move that upside down. So this looks like my CPU unit. You'll notice that we have our run stop switch. we have a micro USB connection link for programming. There's our micro USB connection right here. We have an Ethernet port, RS-232 port, and RS-45 port. You'll also see here that we have a bag that has a couple of connectors. First connector in here, we have a port here that we can just plug in or pop that into our 485. And on this side here, we also have a port that we can, looks like, yep, we can just plug that in and we can use this for our power of our 24 volt if we want to. And you'll see on the CPU unit, here's a micro USB card, and we can just plug that in. So, very nice little unit that we have here. Very compact. You'll also notice that on the side here comes with a battery. Now, this is an enclosed battery, so let's just open that up. And here we have a connector, and the battery will actually then fit into the connector that's underneath this cover. It shows you the plus and minus way in which the battery actually will go into the unit itself. So that pops up, and what we do is, this is my plus side, so that will actually fit in there, and then we'll pop it down. So there's my battery installed. To my left I have a connector, and the connector comes out, and then we put expansion modules. Also, in the unit itself comes the quick guide, and this quick guide here you'll see has it has a few pages talking about start-stop, how to actually wire in the unit, the power unit. So you'll see right here my other connector. I can then plug that in, and that is going to be my power supply for my unit if I choose that way to do the power supply. Notice here I have some connectors that pulls out, so we can actually then wire that into the panel. On the back side we actually have our DIN rail mount, also screw terminals, again if we want to tie this directly to the back panel. Pop that back in. So overall, very nice little design here. Okay, next that's what comes with the CPU itself. Then next thing we have is we actually have a power supply box. And the power supply box, let's see, we'll open that up. Again, the first thing you'll notice is my quick guide for my power supply. Pull this out of the box itself. It's in a bag, just like the other one was. And here is my power supply. So you'll notice that we have some connection clips here. We have our connector right here going into the side of the unit, which corresponds to my CPU unit connector right here. And you'll notice that we also have these tabs on the front of the unit. As we pull these up, we unlock the unit, then we can actually slide this together. We line it up, slide it together, and we can pop the top units back down again to lock that unit into place. And on the front of this power supply, you'll notice that we have our line, our plus, we have our minus, and then we have a ground and logic ground. You notice that the connection between the logic ground and the regular ground, there is connection already. And this unit here, this power supply unit, is 100 to 240 volt, 20 or 48 volt amps, 50 or 60 hertz. And this could be AC or DC, right? And on it's up to 125 volt DC at 20 watts. So that's the power consumption. So not a whole lot for this unit itself. The next, what we'll do is we will, you'll see that the I/O cards are actually pre-packaged into a small container, small bag. In that bag itself, move that CPU back a bit. This one right here is my 16 point, 2 amps per point isolated commons. So opening the bag up, what we get is again our instructions. Set that aside, and we get the unit itself. Now the unit, you'll see right here, here's my my input module. So what you'll notice is that on the bottom side of this we have a IR scan code. If we scan that code, what actually comes up is our instruction sheet that actually comes with the unit. So the IR code, as soon as you do power that up, it will actually then show you our latest configuration and the latest wiring diagrams for the module itself. And you see that pops up and gives you your connections to what you want to wire to. So if we were to on the top here, pull that up, and then we can look at the connector on the side. We line that up and push it together, and then what we'll do is under the top, we push that back down again. So we have that assembled. The next card that we have is we have a 8-point discrete input, 24 volt AC or DC, and we have an 8-point relay output card, 1.1 amp per point. Once again, our card sheet, and if we happen to lose this in the field, we can just scan that barcode or the QR code, and that will automatically pull up any of our instructions that we have or that we need in the field to operate this module. Again, we will pull the tab up to the top. We will look to the side and take that connector out. We will line it up, and we will plug this in and push down on the tab to lock into place. So that's a couple of our modules done now. Now let's go on to our next one, and our last one, which we said was the simulator. So once again, the simulator comes in our little bag. We open it up, we get our instruction manual, which we can scan the QR code for if we want, and then we have our unit itself. We have our selector switches here that we can turn and simulate things on and off. We'll open up the connector again, and we will remove the connector on the side so we can have access to our bus system along the back plane. Line those up, push together, pull it down, and that is our unit assembled and snapped together. Now what we'll do is we will, you'll also notice that we have the blue representing their input, red representing our output, and our white actually representing both input and output combination units. Now connectors actually come as separate units in their separate bag, Here's my connector unit. And the connector unit itself, once we open up, and we'll stick the connector right in the unit here, push it down, and then we have our cover that goes back over top. So that's our connection for our unit. And if we want to, you'll notice that underneath we actually have a lever. Pressing up on that lever helps you then remove that terminal from the unit, and then we can have this all pre-wired and makes wiring a little easier in the field. So very nice design on that unit. So we have another connection unit for our output, our 16TR. We'll just pop that up. Make sure it's secure. Pop that down. And that looks like our controller all assembled for us. So you see the Productivity 1000. Again, we have 50 megabytes of user memory that can handle very complex applications. We have 4 built-in communication ports. We have your power supply. We have data logging through our micro SD drive there, up to 32. Automatically can log data. We have an ability to expand this unit up to 8 modules itself. You can see that in the online configurator. We have free software. We have 30 days of free training with every CPU. And this unit actually has interactive PLC tool configuration, like we just said. We have tag names. We have auto discovery I/O. That means once I power this up, it automatically knows where my I/O are on this particular unit. And our QR codes are a very nice feature here. We also have the limitless PID. That means we have multiple units. We have auto tuning on those PIDs, and they can run in individual or cascade mode. So one PID can then feed into another for the cascade. We also have web server and mobile access on this, which we will talk about later, along with our advanced software instruction set. Alright. Now if you like this video and like to see more, there are 3 ways in which you can help us out. You can give us a thumbs up so other people can find this information just as you have. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at the end of the video. You can also go to ACC Automation and subscribe to our website. When you do, notification will be given to you every time we publish new content to the site. You'll also get 2 free ebooks on numbering systems and robust data logging. And the third thing to do to help us out is tell a friend or colleague about the site. Now, all the links that you see in documentation can be found on our website. It's, again, accautomation.ca. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.